Hey, hello, and how are you? I'm Will Robinson Smith, your host of Old, New, and Now Playing, joining you after what has been a very busy Comic-Con weekend. Lots of things have come out over the course of the last few days. Lots of big trailers, announcements, teases, and one of the ones that I was intrigued by because it's been, built up with the last few months with some promotional images, this one right here, as well as just, talk and things that have been on Twitter, on Instagram from Zachary Levi is, of course, the new Shazam movie that's coming out from DC. This is going to be coming out in 2019 after we've already gotten our look at Aquaman coming out later this year. So that's going to be really good. This one obviously starring Zachary Levi, as I mentioned, Mark Strong. And this is, if you're unfamiliar with Shazam, just real quick, he's a kid who is imbued with the power of basically Superman to an extent. And I believe there's a wizard that grants him this power. I'm not as familiar with Shazam's background, but that's just sort of in the simplest terms how I understand Shazam works. And so he says, the magic word Shazam, and then he transforms into this adult, sort of kind of like a big premise, with a kid's mind in an adult's body. One of the things that intrigues me though about this production is that, like Aquaman, we've got a horror originally, a director who's very much of the horror world. I'm talking about David F. Sandberg, who directed Lights Out and I was just looking it up a second ago, Annabelle. Or Annabelle Creation, I believe. Just want to make sure I get that right, and my phone is not cooperating with me. Yeah, Annabelle Creation was the one that he directed, as well as Lights Out. So it's going to be interesting to see, because as I understand it, Shazam is supposed to have a lighter tone than a lot of the other DCEU films, and so seeing what David F. Sandberg, a horror director, brings to a property like this, I think it's going to be really interesting. Maybe, part of the transformation will be... Well, I don't want to make any assumptions about it, so let's just go ahead and dive into the trailer. We'll see what he brings to it as far as flavor. And they're calling it a teaser trailer. The thing is almost 3 minutes. That's a long tease, so we'll see what we get. But it's a Comic-Con teaser trailer, so they want to give the people that were in, I'm assuming, Hall H, a good amount of footage to sink their teeth into. So let's take a look at the teaser trailer. That's 2 minutes and 53 seconds, but this is Shazam.
You've run from foster homes in 6 counties.
I can take care of myself.
When you're 18, give these people a chance, because that's what they're giving you.
Said he's already reminiscent in the costume. Nice touch.
This is Billy Batson. Make sure you make him feel at home.
They seem nice, but don't buy it. It gets real Game of Thrones around here. Dude, just messing around. You look at me and you're like, why so dark? You're a disabled foster kid. You've got it all.
If you could have one
dark
superpower,
DCU, I guess.
what would you pick?
Oh.
Everybody chooses flight. You know why?
So they can fly away from this conversation?
No, because heroes fly.
What, you need your fake family to stand up for you?
Hey! Man, sorry about that.
Go, go, go! Grab it! Get out the way!
Billy Batson. I choose you as champion.
Hello?
Say my name so my powers may flow through you.
But I don't know your name, sir.
Shazam.
Wait, for real?
Say, okay!
Shazam?
This means Billy!
What is happening?
You're the only person I know that knows anything about this Cape Crusader stuff.
Can I...
Oh, yeah. That's crazy, right?
What are your superpowers?
Superpowers, dude? I don't even know how to pee in this thing.
AM to the PM, PM to the AM.
You have super strength.
Can you fly? If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest.
You okay? Why are you talking?
Be on roll. Sit down.
You know, I don't think that's gonna buff out.
Your phone's charged. Your phone's charged. You're like a bad guy, right?
Gentlemen!
You have bullet immunity!
I'm bulletproof.
You're dead.
Sorry about your window, but you're welcome for not getting robbed. Oh, hey, what's up? I'm a superhero.
Okay. Huh. That looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. You know, I really like how light and quirky they're keeping this one. You know, I think Zachary Levi was a good choice to bring into this role. There's sort of an airy sort of irreverence that he's got going on, especially, you know, playing off of his the other kid in the foster home. I think that's going to be really cool. I think Jack Dylan Grazer's is Freddie Freeman. I think that's the name of the other kid. Yeah, this looks like. I might almost be looking forward to this. Maybe I don't know about more than Aquaman, but I think this definitely has a lot of promise to it. I think, you know, this Aquaman, Wonder Woman, if they're calling it Wonder Woman 2, Wonder Woman 84, I don't know if they've actually officially declared a name for it, but I think some of these new additions to the DCEU, I think are really cool. I think it's a nice direction to see DC going in. I still want to see Man of Steel 2, but you know, as far as this goes, you know, just seeing him like discover his powers, that, you know, it's sort of, I've seen some shades of what I remember from the first, you know, Iron Man, when Tony Stark is going through all the tests of how to build the Iron Man suit, make sure it works in the way he's wanting it to, testing the repulsors, his flight simulator. You know, going out to escape part, I thought was, you know, a nice way to sort of, you know, pun intended, ramp up the flight sequence. That was a nice touch. The fact that he landed on his back and didn't just immediately pop up, you know, that was very sort of what you would expect from a kid figuring out, you know, if he can fly, that he kind of can. But I like the fact that they sort of withheld the full force of what he can do. Yeah, no, I think this is one that's going to be a lot of fun, you know, but between sort of the Iron Man vibes I just mentioned, you got a little bit of Spider-Man Homecoming with Peter and Ned, you know, having him and his best friend. There's a lot of good things going on in this trailer, and I think, you know, I don't know if this is necessarily DC taking cues from Marvel, or if this is just sort of what you would expect from the Shazam property to be, just because of what that character is. And obviously you saw, you know, the Batarang that was on the desk, papers talking about Superman, and you know, want to just go back for just a second because you know, one of those papers, I'm not sure. Yeah, it doesn't really say much. It's kind of hard to read exactly where in this timeline this might be. But you've got, you know, clearly he's a fan of, or, you know, his friend who, you know, helps Billy Batson out in becoming Shazam. Obviously, he has an affinity for the superheroes that have already existed: Superman, Batman. You know, you can take a look at the image right here, where one of the part of the paper says, you know, what is Superman's real agenda, in the Daily Planet. You know, sort of archiving Superman's time on Earth. A certificate of authenticity of a bullet that bounced off of him that's, you know, compressed. A lot of just cool sort of nods and letting you know that clearly this movie takes place in the DCEU. It's not, you know, separate and apart from it. The thing that I'm curious about now is whether or not, because way back, you know, we started hearing about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson playing Black Adam, and that there was going to be a Black Adam standalone movie. And Black Adam is one of Shazam's arch nemesis. And so I'm wondering if we're going to get any shades of Black Adam, if The Rock is going to make even a cameo in this movie. You know, that's something certainly to watch out for, maybe in trailer 2, or maybe this is something that they would save for like a post-credit scene. I don't know. But yeah, I think just based on the trailer itself, I might be a little more excited for Shazam as I'm sort of talking my way through this as opposed to Aquaman. Looking forward to them both. Maybe this one just a little bit more, but more importantly, I want to hear now what you thought about the trailer for Shazam. Jump in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts about it. And what are you hoping? Do you want to see The Rock in Shazam, or do you want to wait till maybe a sequel or a post-credits scene? So thanks for checking out this video. Like, share, comment, do all the things, and I will see you next time.